into After the Storm. I'm your host, Hadia Weaver, and today in the building, we got Black Cream. How y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Awesome.
Doing well.
Can you each introduce yourselves for me, please?
Yes. I'm Chris Barnes. I'm the drummer, lead vocalist in Black Cream.
I'm Thomas Crivens, guitarist, vocalist, Black Cream.
I am Derek Brazel Jr. I am the bassist in Black Cream.
Awesome sauce. So, this name, what's the haps, guys? How did we get here?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the
name.
Okay. That's what we came up with. Around when we first started, we kind of advise people that wherever your mind goes to, when you hear or say the words Black Cream, that is correct. Or wherever, that is correct.
Oh, wow.
Cream of the crop.
So the origin story? Was it?
So we were riding in,
Okay.
we were riding in the truck, and we just were talking about, just had a power trio conversation, stuff like that, because at the time we had talked about doing something, but we all have ties and have played music and just know each other from even our families go way back as well, parents and stuff. So we were just talking about Cream, one of the great trios, and we were like, Black Cream. We were like, oh wow. And then
It stuck.
Became a thing.
Wow. So you said your families knew each other, so
Yeah.
y'all grew up around each other?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
A little bit.
yeah.
Okay. How was the kind of sorted? Like what was happening?
So like our parents knew of each other.
Okay.
Before we
knew of each other.
Right.
When we were like small kids, we really didn't grow up. But later on, like in our adolescence, we were around each other a great deal.
So it was, Mama and Daddy that put y'all together. Really? No?
No, it's just
I
Memphis.
mean, yeah, they had us.
Absolutely, they did.
Yeah,
Mom and Dad put us together.
Okay. I feel like there's some inside jokes that I'm missing out on.
That's all the way true.
Okay. That works then. All right. So you all are all from Memphis?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Can we all talk about what parts? What parts are we from? Going in order.
Okay, so the set that I claim is.
Oh Lord.
I've been raised all over Memphis, Whitehaven area generally. I spent the most time, but been everywhere. I lived in every part of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every part.
Yeah. Whitehaven though, Black Haven,
Oh well.
Black Cream. What up?
That's right.
The great suburb of Orange Mound.
Yeah.
Known as Cherokee.
Okay.
I also grew up in Black Haven. Then my parents moved to Riley Bartlett, as we talked about earlier.
Yes, Okay. So when did you all get started in music? I know you all probably have individual stories, so we can talk about that and then talk about how y'all ended up being we're gonna be a thing.
Well, I'll start since I have the first seat. No, I grew up in a musical family, so music has always been a part of my upbringing, part of my life. I have 3 other siblings who are involved in music heavily. My parents are both musicians and singers. My father passed a few years ago, but he was a musician, singer. So that was my upbringing.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Same. Come from a musical family. Father was a pastor, mother's a teacher, but mom was also the first lady minister of music and a lot of piano and singing around, growing up in choirs and stuff. Then I started playing guitar a little bit later in college. I picked up the guitar, and it was kind of been the path that chose me, and I chose it. We've been rocking and rolling ever since.
Pastor and teacher, they had you reading, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In here?
No, I come from a semi-musical family. My father, very talented vocalist, but I just used to beat on stuff when I was like a toddler, and then they bought me a drum set. That was the first thing, and then just started playing other things, and I didn't start playing guitar maybe until I was in 8th grade, and that just kind of stuck.
Okay, so what does everyone do? I know, well, let me not say what I know, because maybe people at home don't know what I know. So what does everyone do in the band?
I'm the drummer,
Drummer.
percussionist, lead vocalist.
Hello, okay.
Guitarist, background vocalist.
Hello, okay.
In the band, I am the bassist. Sometimes I sing, but I also play guitar. That was my first instrument.
All right now. So when you all create music, what's the number one thing on your mind? What do you want people to feel when they hear your music as Black Cream?
You definitely always want to connect with people. So creating music that connects with people, I think is the main objective when we come together and we're creating music. We want people to just, catch the vibes. Catch the vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want people to receive what and who we are, what and who we are. When we come together and make music, we're all, of course, just like most bands do, we're all bringing together our individual ingredients to the recipe that make up Black Cream. So it's always nice and very much appreciated when people receive, something that just comes from a pure place, because music is kind of one of those pure places. It's vulnerable. It's a vulnerable space.
It is.
And we're sharing it with each other first. So by the time we present it out, we have already kind of communed on it. So the fact that people receive the music means they accept us, and that's all. It's just a great feeling.
I like that.
And just to speak on that, like we share, like you said, we all have our individual influences, but we come together from the start, and it's just been an organic thing. Just it's these vibes. We could go a year without seeing each other, and it looked like they would be waiting on us when we sat down. So just from the start, it was very easy to create, and our music seems to reach a large demographic of people, like young and old can enjoy it, from the smallest child to the elder. It just translates kind of universally. So
Okay. What kind of, if you could put a type on your music, a genre, what would you classify Black Cream's music as? Because I've listened, and I don't want to say what I say. You know what I'm saying?
I would call it yes
Yes.
music.
Yes.
I would agree, actually. I didn't know. I was like, I don't know what box this would be, but yes. Okay.
Please don't box us.
Hello?
Please
That
don't
needs
box
to be on a
us.
shirt. I like that.
Come on here.
Well, with it being yes music, and you all having your different influences, and I can even tell the different personalities that I'm like being graced with right now. If you guys could like describe yourself in a flavor, right? Like if I was gonna pull up and get an icy, and I'm getting a flavor of each Black Cream member, what would be your flavor?
Man, that's one of them dating game questions. Well, baby, I would be pecan.
That's good. Butter pecan Black Cream. That's my favorite.
Look,
Ice
we come.
cream.
Hey, that's a good.
With the
Let's go.
description
Another layer of
now.
our
With the
Butter
description.
pecan Black
Okay.
Cream.
I like
That's
that.
my favorite.
He's butter pecan. I would be cookies and cream.
You be why cookies and cream?
I like cookies, man.
You like
I
cookies?
like
Okay.
cookies. I
Would
like
you say you bring the cookies to the?
Oh no! In light of this era, we'll just say yes. Yeah, cream, cookies and cream.
Okay.
I think I would be, I don't know, whatever the chillest
Yes.
flavor on the
Yep.
on the thing, and it probably will have
Praline.
it probably will have a drop or two of whiskey in it,
Okay.
spiked.
I just saw something today at Crosstown. They got a whiskey, a 21 and up ice cream up there. It's got a little whiskey in it.
That's awesome.
All right now. Okay. Did you say yours? Are you the?
I'm butter
He's
pecan.
butter
You butter
pecan.
pecan. Oh, you butter pecan. I say pecan.
Pecan.
Okay. Okay. Butter pecan.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I said that. I asked that question because I wanted us all to wake up. I'm tired. I know y'all probably tired. I'm not a night owl. I am a morning person. So I'm like, let's see what we can do here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask, given that, what are you all currently working on? What projects are we doing? What can I look forward to coming from Black Cream soon?
We're shooting a tiny desk at Sonstorm Studios.
Hello?
Where we are at this very moment. That's our most current thing. And we actually do have the latest project we worked on was in this studio.
Okay.
And upon completion of that song, hopefully you guys will be receiving it.
Oh, I can't know the name yet.
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, not
That's
yet.
fine.
Not yet. Almost got him.
Okay. Who would you all say are your biggest influences in music right now?
Like individually?
Yeah.
Okay.
And collectively.
Well, individually, they're starting off we grew up around a lot of great Memphis like legends, so we have a lot of local heroes to start with, the people that poured into us at young ages that contribute to our musicality and everything. But as far as some of my influences, my main influences, I would say Jimi Hendrix was one of my earliest influences. Bob Marley was another major influence besides all my local heroes, and I can name all of those. It was one in particular, Thomas Brown, one of the greatest guitar players to ever live from Memphis, Tennessee. But him, Harold Smith, Steve Bethany, they all, we have a lot of local heroes as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, I second that. All the local folks, from my parents who we mentioned earlier, my first basically gig on the guitar, as a lot of people's story is, but it was in church, and it was just me and my mom, so a lot of what I'm learning about music and my musical sensibility started with what she was doing and on the organ and piano. So shout out to Mom, everyone, so many to name. He named a few for sure. Jimi Hendrix, just like you mentioned, Little Jimmy King, which is Manuel Gales, who is Eric Gales, another influence, his brother. The Jubu Smiths, man, the Isaiah Sharkeys, these guys who are really out here burning it up, even as new as Xavier Lynn, guitar player with Mono Neon, another local. I mean, it's so, this is Memphis, and Memphis. So being that, I'm we're guitarists, and the music we're doing is, it's all influenced by where we are.
Okay.
And who's come through here, so for sure.
Awesome. Okay.
Definitely my parents, Calvin and Deborah Barnes.
Ooh, shout out.
Shout out. Mom, and rest in peace, Dad. Definitely major influences on how I hear and interpret music. Every one of these guys named Eric Gales is a big influence in my approach to kind of how we want to present the music. Some of my early vocalists, Will Graves, he's a big influence. He's from here, amazing vocalist. Larry Springfield, a lot of local guys that, I still look up. And some of my peers, I really look up to them, and great entertainers, Jerome Chisholm, Devin Crutcher, there's a lot of guys that I'm open to music. So I can take bits and pieces from a lot of places. Samara Joy is. I love Samara Joy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's amazing.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
PJ Moore too.
That's why he was on that saying that I did forget to say each other.
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
I was gonna be like, I think y'all are leaving out someone. Okay, so with you all saying that you are inspired or influenced in a way by each other, even when performing, how much does it mean to you to be in this band? What does this band mean to you?
Let me show you my tattoo on my boot.
I got some scared. Oh my God.
Yeah, got a butterfly and black cream. No, I mean, for everything we just got through talking about, When we think about all the great people who've come before us and who are right along with us, and even who will come after us, I mean, I count it a privilege just to be in the number of musicians from Memphis and artists and entertainers that are from here and represent here and are putting it down still here, you know, because, you know, there are a lot of opportunities for any number of us. He's lived in LA for a while, and we're plowing this field here at home. It means the world. It means the world.
It's an absolute blessing because musicians come together to do a thing and create a thing or a band or however you want to call it. And what's cool and special about this group, this conglomerate, is we get along. Like, you have to have some level of ego to do this, but it's cool. If there are any issues that arise, we talk about it, and you know, like, it's cool. It's a blessing to be able, and there's some sustainability here. Like, we've been doing it when times look like it's kind of slow. You know, we come together. When we come together, that's when the magic happens. So that's a blessing for me. Yeah.
I would echo that word, blessing. It is a blessing to find, you know, the brotherhood, and like you said, you know, you have to share a certain amount of space with each other if you're in a band. So that means good, bad, ugly, but it's just a certain medium that we always are at with each other. You know, we get, you know, I don't know if it's stamped or people tell us, you know, man, y'all have such a good thing. It's so unique. That's another blessing, I feel. We are a trio. We get like, man, it sounds like it's more 3 people in that band. Y'all sound so full, and we have our own identity. But it's old, it's new, it just constantly is transforming. But the one key thing, it just feels good. Like, so I count myself, you know, very blessed. You know, it's everything to be in Black Room.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Speaking of blessing, Derek, you recently went through something that, you know, was a blessing to survive and to be here today, you know what I mean, to say your testimony. So if you could please share it with me, that'd be great.
I'll give you the shortest version I can.
Okay.
So December 18th of 2023, I was leaving a staff party at teach guitar stack, so they had a staff party at B-side, and I was at a red light at Poplar, getting ready to turn on Parkway, and I was rear-ended at this red light. And you know, when I got out of my car to look at the damage done and talk to the dude that rear-ended me, another car hit me when I was outside of my car. So that's where I sustained all of my injuries. Broke my leg in 2 places, fractured my pelvis, had a small skull fracture, small brain bleed, and just road rash on my face, my shoulder, and on the leg I broke. So had to be transported to Regional 1 Trauma, where I underwent surgery, and I was in the hospital and inpatient rehab from then until the 30th of December when I was released. So was confined to a wheelchair. Non-weight bearing is what they call it. Can't put weight on your leg until a certain time. So still was continuing doing physical therapy. And in March, I was cleared to put weight on my leg and start the walking process back, which was a blessing. So still recovering, but moving around a lot better than I was. And I am very blessed and grateful to be alive, because I know easily could not have been. And you have a birthday coming up on Thursday, and
Happy birthday!
Thank you. So I just find myself very grateful to be celebrating this birthday, because, like I said, easily could not have been, celebrating. So, and I want to, thank my band members as well. I started back playing shows in February, even when I was still in a wheelchair. So my brother would come pick me up. He had a truck. He lives in Cordova. We both live in Cordova, and he would come. He comes by the house and help me load my gear in, my wheelchair and everything, and I just had to sit down and play. But for me, being back with my brothers after such a life-changing incident, it helps the recovery. It helps it's mental and physical as well. So I need music for my recovery. I need to play music, you know what I'm saying? Because as musicians, we're on the go so much. For a life-altering event like this happens, you have to slow down. You have restrictions, and that can be hard to adjust to. So, yes, like you said, I feel blessed to be alive.
Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Of course.
And thank you for being here. I'm very excited. I know y'all about to put on a show. But I wanted to say, before we close out, what's one thing you would tell someone who is trying to pursue music? What is that one piece of advice? One sentence also. Oops.
I mean, in the current state that personally I'm in, it's to if music is something that's driving you, something that you think about every day, continue to do it. Dreams come true, and they come true over time.
Okay. You speak with such wisdom. Do you know that? You got like a very wisdomy voice.
Is that your way of saying I could be a preacher?
Yeah, like a good narrator. You know what I mean? You know how Morgan Freeman be coming on and he be like, you know what I'm saying?
So it's just exclusive. I used to stutter when I was younger. And so I've learned to take my time when I'm expressing myself. I want to be clear. And I've done a few interviews, so I'm trying to learn.
You're killing it. You're killing it. I can definitely see a narration going on.
Yeah,
but okay. Tio.
Do you? And if you're fortunate to find others who enjoy you doing you and want to come along, the more the merrier. But do you? Make sure you're staying true to who you are.
I love that. Thank you.
I mean, both of those things are vital. Like, have your own identity, use your influences, but make them your own. And like you said, persistence is everything. And you also have to spend a great deal of time with your instrument.
On your craft.
You have to lock yourself in the room. It just teaches you a lot of things. And also, be open to the right kind of criticism. People pour into you, and it just helps your musicianship and things like that. Just being in different situations, being in different gigs, and also be professional. That's and have good attitude as well, because you run into people that can play, but are not the nicest people. Don't have the nicest kind of disposition and stuff. Not really easy to work with. So, I would say that as well.
Okay, thank you. Now, where can people find y'all on social media?
On Instagram at black_cream901. Okay. On Facebook at Black Cream. On the World Wide Web at blackcream.net. On OnlyFans at excuse me.
That's where we can see that.
Said too much. I said that too. But no, those are the main places.
Okay, great. Thank you. Y'all all have like a voice, like a captivating voice. I hope y'all know that. It's very distinct.
Say it one time.
You all have a
Everybody,
captivating
1, 2, 3.
voice.
Okay.
It's very distinct. You know what I mean? It's like,
all right.
I can, you know what I mean? I know y'all feel it in the studio, right? Like everybody, it's captivating. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of After the Storm. Thank you so much, Black Cream, for sitting with us, talking with us, giving us a vibe. And I know y'all about to perform, so make sure you head and go watch that performance. Again, I'm Hadia Weaver. I'll see you in our next episode. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.